boundary for 4 runs.
Good shot. And all this going to add up and put some extra pressure on Malaysian batting lineup when they come to chase down. 166 for 5. 5 more deliveries to go. What will be their final score?
280 runs in the 5 balls left. 166 already on the board.
That was
This time, just a second.
You read my mind, Siva. I was also just thinking, can they get that 180 psychological advantage?
Yeah.
So when you have a total of over 9 runs per over, you don't have time to settle in and give many dot deliveries.
Yep.
So back of the mind, it gives like every delivery you need.
What a shot, but this time going straight into the hands of the fielder. Just taken again. And the wicket to the column of Sharvin Muniandy, as well as the 4th wicket column to Hong Kong. 6 wickets down in the last over of the game.
So the 3 catches, the last 3 catches has been just near the boundary line. Like maybe a 1 more meter away, will be away from the fielder, no chance of catching and gone for a 6. But nevertheless, nothing to lose.
And that is Hayat again.
Nasrullah Rana, first delivery he faced. Yes, that's Khizar Hayat.
His 2 catches are well judged.
Nasrullah Rana walks back without scoring. Rana, first delivery he faced. Yes, that's Khizar Hayat.
His 2 catches are well judged.
Nasrullah Rana walks back without scoring. Rana, first delivery he faced. Yes, that's Khizar Hayat.
Outside into the equalizer. 2 catches are well judged. Are the drop catch.
Yep, Nasrullah Rana walks back without scoring. Rana, first delivery he faced. Yes, that's Khizar Hayat.
Outside into the equalizer. 2 catches are the drop.
Yep, Nasrullah Rana walks back without scoring. Rana, first delivery he faced. Yes,
so far in this game from Hong Kong batsmen.
Because caught Stephen in the middle. Stephen, that good knock a couple of nights ago.
Good bowling there, very good bowling there.
And inside edge, get another wicket. Isn't it a good ploy to have bowling just closer to the wide line in the last few overs?
Just before realizing that wicket, I was actually wanted to talk about the way he bowling for last over, targeting that just that line, the guidance line to the umpires. Another wicket added to the column of Sharvin Muniandy. 2 quick bowlers brought into the attack in the 18th and 19th, of them taking 2 wickets each over. Last delivery left. The final over, the equalizer.
Yep, Nasrullah Rana walks back without scoring. First delivery, yes.
Put themselves to set a target. Malaysia for the first time in this have managed to do a phenomenal job so far, reaching to 169 runs on the board. Malaysia for the loss of 7 wickets have managed to do a phenomenal job so far, and a psychological advantage to add 6 runs to the final balls on the board, 170 runs. The loss of 7 wickets. Oh, nice! I can. What a inside-out shot that was 6 runs from the incoming batsman. 2 runs completed. Captain disappointed with that fielding effort whatsoever. It's the end of the innings. Hong Kong ended up with 171 runs on the board. 2 runs completed. 72 runs is the target for Malaysia when they come back to bat. Whatsoever. What an innings! What an innings it has been from the vice captain Kinchit Shah. Great knock and a great partnership between The highlight of the innings is the partnership between the captain and the vice captain. 97 runs. There will be 10 minutes break right now indicated by the umpire. The Malaysian batsmen to come back to chase down 197 runs. There will be this is where the match stands. The Malaysian batsmen to come back to chase down 197 runs. This is where the match stands.
Let's look for the summary.
Batsmen to come back to chase down 197 runs.
Winning the toss, batting first. Let's look for the 171 for 7. What a knock by Kinjit Shah, 72 of 46 deliveries. Batting first. Aziz Khan, 44 of 33. Start of the innings, Syed Wasif did an impressive 30 runs of 22. Don't forget that brilliant opening partnership of 39. Then there was a 98 runs partnership for the 4th wicket. 67 deliveries. Between there was a couple of good partnerships started but couldn't capitalize. However, Hongkong front seat with 171 runs, and not to forget the wickets column, Syazrul Ezat bowled 4 overs 27 for 2. Khizar Hayat 3 overs 29 for 2. Sharvin Muniandy completed the innings 4 overs 7 for 2. Let's look at the batting scorecard of Hong Kong. A good knock here, 30 runs. Shahid and Nizakat Khan put up a good opening partnership of 39 runs. And then there were 15 runs partnership with Shahid and Kinjit. What a player Kinjit was. Kinjit, there was a bit of a hoo-ha in the dugout when they lost 57 for 3 in 7.1 after having a great opening great start in the fielding restriction when the end of 6 overs they were 52 for 1. And then suddenly you saw within couple of overs 2 wickets going down, 7.1 overs 57 for 3, and there onwards 98 runs partnership. Describe about that partnership, Siva.
It's a shot of the day is a straight drive again. I would like to speak about as one of the better shots I've seen in this ground. Kinjit Shah's innings is 46 deliveries. He faced 70 runs. He and the captain and the vice captain actually did a good job to bring this kind of a total onto the board and put some pressure on Malaysia. Could be the first time in this in the series, as both the teams have nothing to lose. But Hong Kong has came out with that partnership. The intents are very clear to fill up that column from 0 to 1. And by winning that, at least that one game, they will take the positives from this in this series and work hard for the rest of the tournaments which coming ahead of them. And it's coming to Malaysia after 2 years, and as we know, Malaysian boys knows this pitch very well. But that partnership, the understanding between them, the intent between the two batsmen are quite high in standards. And if they continue this as a team, and they will be going back and about what happened rest of the players, the captain and vice captain will that thoughts that will change the phenomenon of the game for Hong Kong.
Yeah, best of that partnership I can see is until 15th over they didn't give any chance until 15th, and that moment that they got the license to go after the bowlers, and then only Kinjit gave a couple of chances which miscued by the fielders of Malaysia. Until then, no chance at all. Fluent innings by both of them.
And it's in your head. And that's it. In your head, I'm just saying I want to move, or as a captain and the batsman, we just want to move the scoreboard, which they have done a great job, as we have not seen quite. It's not miserable for the batting side, but it's miserable for the bowling side, as we have not seen fall of wicket how it falls with 6 to 15th over, and as if you didn't give the chances, that is the result you will get as 171 runs on the board already.
And you can see Pavandeep been taken to sixes in the first few overs itself.
And for me, that is a change of the game. That is
Yes.
a change of the game. And if you didn't hit him that over, he would be on top of you, and his body language would have been much different.
Then whole Malaysian bowling line itself will be in top of the game. But from that intent, put the pressure on the Malaysian and managed to put up a score of 171. And meanwhile, beginning Khizar Hayat took 2 wickets in 3 overs, 29 for 2, and put the pressure. But they were going well. Water bowling by Syazrul Ezat to take that 2 wickets in the 19th over and put the pressure back. However, 4 overs 27 for 2 by Syazrul Ezat, and from Sharvin Muniandy last over took last 2 wickets, managed to end up 4 overs 37 for 2. Apart from that, it's a fairly okay bowling card for Malaysia. They have to do well in batting if them to chase down a target of 172. Not to forget, today is no reason of that and need a good start. So, however, we have a short break, about 5 minutes. As soon as the Malaysians start to their innings to chase a target of 172 in 20 overs, we'll be back. Until then, stay tuned. Welcome back. And we have Hussin Khan to start the proceedings from the pavilion end. Two batsmen in the middle, Mr. Virandeep Singh and Anwar Arudin. With me, Siva.
Hi, Yusri. Welcome back to everyone. Chase for the last time in this series from Malaysian batsman. 172 runs to win. Two experienced persons in the centre. There is Virandeep on striker. The non-striker, the stylish left-hander. As always, the left-handers has something in them. Cover drives and big hives. We need or Malaysia required much from both these experienced batsmen. Chase down the target of 172. Left-hander bowling to the right-hander.
Start so far. 3 matches, 3 wickets he has taken. Hussin Khan, international. Second game he is playing. Game 11 runs. First match he played. Overs 11 runs.
Short flick of the wrist. Nice wrist work there from Virandeep. Mark.
Yep.
Brings Anwar Arudin on strike for the first time in this series.
Yep. Playing his first game. Out for a while. What he has in his banks from the local league. Deep second highest score in this series. 4 innings, 147, 1 half century, 36.75. Time.
He distributed field on the offside and the onside. All of the series for him. He is in an intent to hit in the first 6 overs. He did not hesitate to dance down the track for the quick bowler. Left-hander bowling over the wicket. Left-hander. So far, good bowling this by Hong Kong point of view.
The point, looking for a quick single. Well, Hussin Khan. Interesting. He only played 1 game. Coming back in the final. Bowled well in the 2 overs, 11 runs in T20 format. Thought it was a good bowling, but this time
the flick of a race there. Quick single taken. Disappointed not putting that away. The end of first over of the chase. 1 run on the board for Malaysia. 2 runs on the board. That single in the last ball.
yeah. On I think his 3rd game actually. Last game he was 3 for 37. Hong Kong. Singh Khan, 21-year-old. However,
Hong Kong had a different thoughts from the far end, coming with a spin into the attack. The form of Shah, vice captain.
A good performance with the bat, and he is here with the ball.
Oh, that was Missed completely by Anwar. A good keeping there.
He will not allow any batsman to go after, because after putting up a score of 72, we're definitely not happy to see the opponent will take on him. Let's see the competition between the bat and ball here.
Nice shot there, but no run.
Short deliveries. Well supported by the fielders as well. All 13 overs in this series, 76 runs, 2 wickets, 5.85.
For dot deliveries, second over the chase. I'm not sure what is the discussion, but they have not done anything so far. Just trying to move the fielders around. Oh, that is given out room on that off-stump channel, and good bowling there, keeping that tight line and length. Well done by Anwar as well, getting off the strike in that 4 dot deliveries he faced.
Arudin 40 innings, 912 runs, average of 25.33. Most importantly, his strike rate over 120. Best of 110 runs in a T20 format. 6 half century and a 1 century. Virandeep Singh. 17 matches, 459 in international career.
Big single taken by the batsman. Good understanding between the wickets. And end of the over number 1. 4 runs. Over number 2, 4 runs on the board. 2 runs coming in this last over. Form of a spin from far end.
Anyone can do for Malaysia. Chase a target of 172. Is these 2 batsmen has to perform. One of these has to go for a long inning. While Khan from pavilion end started well, keeping that pressure. At the Virandeep's, that's 51 innings, 7 not outs, 1,890 runs, average of 42.95.
Good to see the keeper standing up to the... Oh, another good shot there, but struck right in the skies. The fielder for that shot. Given 2 runs.
Didn't connect perfectly.
They've been disappointed of not connecting that. But there are 2 fielders down in the deep. Watch them off. One in the form of long on and deep mid wicket.
Boundary is around 9.3, so able to score in the first 2 overs. It will be interesting to keep looking at this record run rate and try not to put that over 10, because any given day, the initial stage of the innings, getting that record run rate over 10, it's not an easy task to come back.
You got to capitalize that in the first 6 overs of the power play. These 2 batsmen are capable of doing that, but I would take from Virandeep's point of view, I think he might be having a thought of staying there at the crease as long as he could. As you can see the body language from Anwar dancing down the track. Oh, what a shot that was! Right over the bowler's head, danced down the track and dispatched for 4 runs.
Yeah, 1 bounce to the boundary, 4 runs by Anwar Arudin. This is what he can do straight away. Then Khan realized it, asking the long off to be deployed. And third man comes into the circle.
Well, keeper standing up to the stumps again for Anwar Arudin as well. You can see from the first ball itself, he's trying to dance down the track. Have to see what is his intent now after the change of the field. Oh, just a slight hesitation there. No harm done. Rightly sent back.
Would have been nice to have a stump mic to see what was the call there.
Yeah.
I felt like both of them said yes and then later said no.
Could have been from both.
I'm not sure who said no. Would have been good to have if we had a mic that would have been taken that who said no.
Oh, what a shot! This is the trademark of Anwar Arudin. Dispatched over the mid-wicket region for 4 runs.
And 11 runs coming in this over. Good start. This is what need from Malaysia. That will be what they expected from Anwar Arudin.
Eyes are as clear as the ball as dispatched. The deep discussion going on between the bowler who set the field. As you would like to set a field for every shot, it is very hard for the bowler and as well as the skipper. As we are talking about, even in the innings of Malaysia when they are bowling, as soon as you are giving the pace in this wicket, there is something for the batsmen are picking up the what happened there, and appealing for caught behind, and umpire not moved whatsoever. Keeper is quite confident.
Hussin gone as well.
There's the end of over number 3. 15 runs on the board with a loss of no wickets for Malaysia.
7 runs came in this over. Most importantly, that appeal. I was curious about Hussin Khan went near to the batsman and then appealed it.
And for the moment, the way he's running is just, you thought umpire had given out, and you realize it based on the expression from the keeper. His keeper keep running towards the umpire.
And I thought the slip fielder and keeper and bowler only was interested on that appeal. So
they heard something, but umpire did not.
And not all the fielders. However, Mohd done 15 runs in the 3 overs. Continues, and that's a good shot. Will that be cut off? Yes. The mid-wicket comes in and collects it. Taken 2 runs. It's Shah. Bit disappointed there.
Understanding between these 2 batsmen of Malaysia, Anwar and Virandeep. Dancing down the track again, is racing towards the boundary. Yes, no chance whatsoever for the fielder sprinting towards the ball. Ball won the race. As we were talking about, Virandeep is being quiet, but he is not. And he is on a task. As he used to say, taking the license for himself as a skipper.
Yep. Being a skipper, replacing Faiz Noor. What to do? And to forget, this is ex-skipper Anwar Arudin on the other end.
Oh, that was a great hive and sailed over the boundary ropes for 6 runs from Virandeep's bat.
Interesting to see one shot played towards the cow corner region. Took 2 runs, then played as boundary on this deep square leg, and then again went to on the cow corner region for a 6. And there is every delivery there's some discussion between the captain and vice captain. is they know what happened in the middle when they batting. They put up a good 98 runs partnership. So
again he's trying to put that quicker deliveries. Nevertheless, just taken a single, and that brought Anwar Arudin on strike. Good to see the competition between the two batsmen trying to put the scores up and capitalize this power play. We are into the fourth over of the game. 28 runs on the board. Another time, and one bounce to the fielder. Deep.
and see what about that discussion between the captain and vice captain Aziz Khan and Kinchit Shah. Probably they are the best people who knows how the pitch behaves. Being spent in the middle, batted well, so well for a 67 deliveries. They know the best.
It's completely the end of over number 4. 29 for no loss.
Good over for Malaysia. 14 runs came in. They have managed to put that required run rate just below 9 runs per over. 8.93. The ball change. Number 13. 13 Nazrul Rana. Hold up after the 2 overs which been punished. Rana. 7 games, 8 wickets, 3 for 25 runs is the stats in international cricket.
Coming over the wicket, round the wicket to the right, left-hander.
Brilliant.
He's picking that quite early. Anwar is in a good touch. He seems picking those length quite well and earlier than and the shots would like to play. He has all his time world for him.
Nazrul Rana, just 17 years old, playing for Hongkong national side. What a good future ahead of him. First class match he has against Kenya. He has taken 5 for 46. That's over long mid-on fielder. Couple of bounces for a boundary.
Length has been shorter, and Virandeep is right onto that shot. He has put that away for 4 runs. He's trying to bowl a bit quicker to the right-hander as well. Maybe the length is the line is there, but it just required to be fuller in length. Not if you are searching for a swing, especially in this. What a shot, but miscued. For a moment, it looks like a middle it. Just taken a single run, and he's disappointed with that.
Didn't travel as that he thought. Lucky not to end up in the bowler's hand.
Yep.
And yes, Malaysia has responded well with that so far, and almost equalizing what Hong Kong was in this stage. The 4.3, they were 39 for loss of 1 wicket. Malaysia was 35 for none.
For Arudin dancing down the track, and this time on the onside, raced away for another boundary into the account of Anwar Arudin.
Continuing what he has left in the state games. For being a strong reply from Malaysia. They need to keep on going because it's not easy target. 172. They need another 133. 92 deliveries.
The skipper and the bowlers of Hong Kong searching for that one delivery there. This has been dispatched, but straight to the fielder with one bounce. 1 run to Anwar.
That fielder knew immediately the shot was played and started running towards his right. Collected well. Now the good over for Malaysia so far.
As you observe the shots which Anwar is playing, the shorter deliveries, he's pulling the ball quite well. Pulling that in front of square. See someone pulling that behind square, so-called a slightly tougher shot. Oh, that's a misfield there. He's done quite well to dive, but it just ran through the fingers, and believe or not, that has raced to the boundary.
Yeah, Ezat was just short about meter or two. He was running behind. He realized that ball was slowing down after hitting his fingertips, but ball still to run through to the boundary.
As the end of over number 5, 44 runs on the board, without loss.
10 runs came in. Over. Shah was being and the 16 runs of 2 overs is okay. Captain himself coming in from the far end. The surprise why he didn't come into the attack yet, and coming into the attack, final over of the power play. So far, strong start for Malaysia. Pavandeep, 7 of 14 deliveries. Sharvin, 16. Then they managed to cross phase Noor in this series, 174 runs. So as the highest scorer in this series so far.
10 boundaries and 7 sixes in his account.
Brilliant cover and the cover point region. Between the 2 fielders there.
The first ball of the chain for the skipper of Hong Kong, brought into his attack. There for the left-hander to bisect those 2 fielders. Chance for those fielders on the offside to stop that. Dancing down the track again. But this time just a single on the onside.
The good batting display by both the side today.
Yep.
Probably looking at the first 3-4 games, maybe people who don't know about the Khizar oval pitch probably would have thought this is a bowling pitch. But now you can see why we were saying that all these days it's a good batting track. And both the side has responded with the bat. So far, even including Malaysia.
As we are speaking in the morning about once the sun comes out and
the straight. Oh, he missed it first time, miscued and collected back. He was happy, and Virandeep departs after scoring 27 of 15 deliveries. Malaysia lost their first wicket for 49. 6th over.
He's trying to hit that shot over the fielder on the onside, but just managed to give straight to the fielder. Fielder would have been hard in his mouth. taken that in the second attempt. Virandeep walks back slowly into the dugout. First wicket fall for Malaysia at 49 runs on the board. The final over of the power play. Chase required 172 runs to win this final game. A clean sweep of this series.
This Khan always been the top of the game. Responded with a wicket. Batsman walks in. Khizar Hayat, number 22.
The left-hander Anwar is in the center. Not see Aziz walking into the bat. A call for Khizar Hayat.
A good knock here. 8 runs, being able to capitalize the start he took. 2 matches, 3 innings, 40 runs. 8 being their best.
Bowling by the skipper of Hong Kong, bring himself back into the attack for the first time in this innings. Got a wicket breakthrough for Hong Kong. Quick single taken, good running between the two batsmen there. Not hesitated, and good response there from Anwar Arudin as a non-striker.
Sixth over, 50 runs coming in for Malaysia. Arudin taking his guard. Aziz Khan, 35 matches, 41 wickets, 3 for 10.
Good to see wicketkeeper Scott up to the stumps for quick bowlers, not giving a chance to Anwar to move around. That is a good delivery, but very good shot. Just one bounce to the fielder there in the deep.
Good try by the fielder. He was running almost 15 to 20 meters, chasing to take another wicket. Yes, on high. This Khan looking for wickets. Put the pressure on Malaysia.
It is good bowling by keeper himself, Ezat Khan. Brought him into the attack, and he's bowling those bounces or the short deliveries with a quick pace. And Anwar is trying to hit them hard. Nicely guided down to the third man for a single.
8 for 1 in this over, so score moves to 52 for 1. Guess what? Hong Kong, end of 6 overs, 52 for 1 either.
Yeah. There's an equation matched by Malaysian batsmen. 6 overs of the power play. People will be looking to spread the field in order to control those boundaries. Time for these two batsmen in the middle for Malaysia to control their runs and take the scoreboard going, even if they're not able to get those boundaries in time. Always a single available in the field on your screens, as well spread right in the frame. You don't see any one of them. Two fielders right behind the stumps. One is the short third man, a short fine leg are on the offside. Onside, it's quite open. Bowling from San Khan from the far end, from the pavilion end, or a combox end, I would say. Nicely danced down the track. Just a single. Beneath that open space. Well done, sprinting towards the ball from the deep on the onside.
San Khan, 18 matches. 62 overs, 391 runs, 14 wickets for 32. To capitalize the wicket being taken in the last over, try to put the pressure back on the Malaysian batting lineup. Squad run rate 8.6.
Oh, well, nicely played right in front of the eye lines. Completely hitting change of the field.
And in this series, 8 overs, 66, not been able to take any wickets so far.
Dancing down the track and responding for 2 runs, rightly sent back. Capitalize those twos. Much required as the field spread out. More number of fielders are patrolling those boundary lines. Wide open on side. Nice touch and go. Touch the ball and just rotate the strike. And by Hayat, rotating the strike and giving the strike back to Anwar.
Probably the Anwar is the man to go for it, and probably the news will be from the dugout to ask Khizar to take singles and doubles. Give the much of the strike to Anwar Arudin. Pressure on the fielders. Gone
by Anwar.
I'm not sure why he walked away from the stumps. Opens his all 3 stumps on the leg side, looking for a shot. The weight on the fine leg region, completely missed it. As a result, Hassan Khan, the first wicket in this series. 24 runs in 22 deliveries for Anwar Arudin. Responded well by Hong Kong.
And they capitalize those. Is trying to lighten his eyes up to see there is a fielder. There's a ball there to hit on the pads. Completely misjudged it and missed everything from Anwar Arudin. But the bowler does not miss that stumps. Bang on the leg stump. That brings in another left-hander walking into the centre.
Aziz. He had a great series so far. 19 matches for 183 runs of 87. Strike rate of 32.2. Aziz 68 runs in this inning, this series with 1 not out. 4 innings he has played.
Shot there, good looking shot there from Aziz. Rightly sent back by Khizar. For a moment he just took off.
Yep, end of over number 756 for 2. And just 4 runs came in, and most importantly a wicket. And what last 2 overs, what overs been into Hong Kong.
Yep.
They managed to send both the openers back into the pavilion. Will look very dangerous and set to chasing down this target and take both the wickets.
Another change in bowling attack from the far end as well.
Looks Kinjit Shah is coming back after bowling that 2 overs for 16 runs.
Yep.
Third over. And his second over been taken to some out of the park a couple of times.
captain himself. Give it a ball to vice captain.
Yep.
You can see Anwar departed. Replaced by another left-hander.
Syed Aziz.
Replaced in bowling vice captain.
Some changes in the field. Deep Squalik. Deep mid wicket almost towards the Hongkong region. Long on, long off. Deep extra covers.
Down the track. Tap and run. One run added to the total. Still there and reaching towards the 60 runs target in the 8th over of the game. 58 runs exact. The loss of 2 wickets. 7.2 overs. A big job or task ahead. On hand for left and right handers Aziz and Khizar Hayat.
Most importantly, the Hong Kong and this innings, Hong Kong innings and the Malaysian innings, they are going on par currently. But most importantly, who will be the Malaysian batsmen going to take the charge, respond to that 98 runs partnership? Not easy.
Yep.
Not every day you can have that kind of partnerships.
A long way to go in this innings, as well as a big task ahead of the rest of the batsmen. Malaysia. Openers back into the dugout.
Virandeep just jumping again over 9. Kuala then short fine comes and collects it. Another single. Almost a 60.
Shah is back to the ability which is bowling the quick off spinners, and as well as that is giving him as a head. And he himself bowls the quicker delivery. Oh, that is a reverse sweep appealing for LBW, but in a fraction they decided not to. That's the end of over number 8. Or end of over number 8. 60 runs for the loss of 2 wickets.
For 2, and as I said, when I'm comparing with Hong Kong, they 60 for 3.
Yeah.
Just a difference of a wicket where they were the third wicket being run out. Waqas Khan being run out.
In some room that outside the off stump, bowling there by Hassan Khan. He's high with morale after taking that wicket off skipper of Asia. Good batsman as well. He could be devastating. Well,
the ex-skipper Anwar Arudin.
Yeah.
Well experienced batsman, and interesting how the Malaysia goes about it from here.
Good delivery there, right into the stumps. Very well played by Aziz.
Malaysia has batsmen till number 9, but not easy. As soon as you come and go for it, need to settle in. Hong Kong being in strong position, you can see the intent in the field. They're running each and every delivery to the ball.
I was about to talk about that. As you can see, the intent from the batsman actually slightly lower in with not. Look at those shots, appealing for thumping there. Not out, says the umpire.
Looks like he is still in the inside. Not sure why he was
Yeah.
so keen because the batsman didn't have any intention to put a bat, so looked like he's still
Yeah.
inside the crease after even he lost his
Yeah.
control and he stayed just like that.
You see, this is what the intent I'm talking about is somewhat different they are trying to do right now. Which, oh, what a shot! That was sailed over the ropes and it's gone for a six from the bat of Khizar Hayat.
Yes,
Dance down the track. His field is wide open. Even he just maneuvered the ball, sailed over the fielders, over the boundary ropes.
keeping the Malaysian hopes, keeping that positive intent,
Next one,
taking the game.
keeping the positive hopes.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
you need to
this
keep
is
that
what you need,
hopes
and
and hey,
very well.
any game, any game, even if you are, it's not the day for you.
Yeah.
You have to. That's important. You never know at the end what will happen.
Yeah. The end of over number 9. 69 runs on the board, the loss of 2 wickets.
How many games we have seen in international cricket where 7-8 wickets down, 100 plus runs to chase down, and then suddenly there's a one partnership that carries the game and won at the end.
And that's what happened in the innings of Hong Kong today. The 97 or 98 runs partnership is the highlight of the amount of runs they've scored. And Malaysia clearly required one of those stands. Going at the run rate of, that is up into the skies. And this time Khizar Hayat again.
Hayat coming back, coming strongly, and still responding to Hong Kong and saying, "Mate, this game over is not over yet." And that's what you need. And all the viewers who watch matches loves to see this kind of fight.
Nicely adjusted there. Again danced down the track.
I could remember back in the day when India and Pakistan plays. You never know until the last delivery bowled what will happen.
That's what T20 brings you as well, especially now. Right to the fielder at short fine leg. Disappointed not to put the ball away from that short fine leg fielder. The way you're looking at the innings of Malaysia, most of the batsmen are trying to that angle of the fielders is just because of the field inside the 30-yard circle, and also bowlers are drifting down to the pads. Will add it to the total of Asian score as well as from the bat of Aziz.
Delivery into Shah bowling his final over.
Down there with the tension of rotating the strike, just not trying to score big hives or 4s or 6, touch and go.
The good thing is Khizar Hayat showing his experience and class, taking them with the par. We know how well he can play and what damage can do for any bowlers on any day. 35 innings, 787 runs, 26.23 is the average, and strike rate of over 120, best of 72 in the local cricket arena. Yes, some first cricket. India needs 56 runs in 38 deliveries.
There, try to push that in the dive towards the bowler.
Not that hard, Siva. 37 deliveries, 55 runs required. It's in current cricketing situation or era. It's supposed to be a good score.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 situation. 7 wickets in hand. That's what has brought that partnership, earlier partnership. The 37 deliveries, 53 runs partnership put things a bit easier.
Speaking of that, of over number 14, 108,
118
for 3.
10 runs came in, good over for Malaysia, and put the required run rate just 9 runs per over.
The last 6 overs of the game, 54 runs. Another ready for 'In case of a fall of a wicket, they have a chance of the others to achieve those another 20-30 runs. Or the next 2 overs would be very crucial for both the teams.
Yes.
In order for Malaysia to chase down those 54 runs, need to keep those wickets in hand. Hong Kong's point of view, required to take
back into the attack. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how both the sides going to respond to the situation.
And as well as the comparison with both the sides at this stage, not much of a difference, I would say, but maybe the more by 10 runs more by Malaysia in that format.
Yeah, probably this over we can say Malaysia bit top because they were 1-0, Hong Kong 109 for 3, and these guys Malaysian team is 118 for 3. Probably next 2 overs after that we can compare and see, because
is there to hit, but straight to the fielder this time on the offside. Looking that gap. Two fielders in the deep on the offside.
I want to compare in the after 2 overs because this is the time Shah and Aziz started freeing their arms, took over the bowlers to all corner of the park. This Kinwara oval pitch.
That is gone outside edge and raised to the boundary. Exactly happened in the innings of Hong Kong as well. The runs are come by. Doesn't matter how they come.
Or rather, Ariff placed it very nicely and kept it softly used that pace. I have seen him doing that most of the time when he played in the first class cricket, or rather local cricket arena. He's a very good player who plays it, or rather than trying to hit with the bottom hand. Yet another boundary. A deft touch this time on the leg side. Siva, what are you gonna do with a batsman like this? You bowl it on the off, playing on the third man region, a bit to his body line, playing on the leg side.
Dockers.
Yes,
that's what exactly I'm missing in both the teams. As well as from the Malaysian bowlers' point of view, giving calories. Forgetting those change of
pace. Yes,
and also bowling those change of pace Yorkers, lower Yorkers makes a lot of difference in. end of the innings, as well as you are into the last five overs of the game after this.
Yeah, maybe we saw when Isaac Khan bowled at that Virandeep's catch. He bowled a slower delivery where Virandeep didn't have pace to clear the field. So that we didn't see from many bowlers, especially in the Malaysian lineup as well. They yes, I have seen Sharvin, Muniandy and all. They used to use that slower deliveries in the local games, but for some reason they didn't use much in this match. Whereas Nazril Rana also didn't have that when the batsman was taking on him.
Just the change of pace makes a huge difference. Oh, what a ball! That was good delivery there. Ariff, he missed that quite quick as rather than expected.
You compare most of the shots was played, and most of the results was boundaries and sixes for the balls which was giving good pace. And the both the side batsman was loving to have those pace to time it well. They just need to time it and place it.
But they practice and out with those quick bouncers and spins. Nicely played, guided just single. The point is the end of over number 15. 109 runs on the board with a loss of 3.
11 runs came in that over. Last 5 overs, 50 runs, 1 wicket gone. So it's a overall well batted by Malaysia. What will be the Hong Kong response? Having a discussion in the middle. Scott and Aziz. Is it Aziz saving his 2 overs to bowl in the end, or what would you do? For me, I thought better you come in and take up. Now it's a good decision. Yes,
that's what they're discussing about. That's the experience with the captain and the experience that we could keep has made for view and the runs required to score. That's the right decision.
Because
he came into bowl before and he picked up a wicket. He can do that right now and picking up Aziz.
Yeah,
that would make a difference.
Oh, because let's see, 5 overs, 43 runs to go, and thinking that he will keep that 2 overs to the end, and from other end you give like another 10-15 runs in next 2 overs means 28 runs in 3 overs. It's even though how well you are, it's not that difficult. And especially because in an outside edge found it to the third man region. 4 runs. Lucky boundary. And Scott immediately going to talk to Captain Isaac Khan. And for some reason he's unhappy about the line he bowled, I guess.
Yeah, it's just going away from the left-hander rather than Scott would have been not walking towards the bowler if batsman hit that in the middle of the bat. But this is just gone an outside edge, and he would have been furious about himself. He reached to that catch and he's raced to the boundary. Change of technique or line and length would be a deft touch from Tariq Aziz. Just a single full length dive.
Ariff, yes. If it would have hit the stump straight, it would have been a very close call. Yeah, that's why he had to dive it. Done. That dive is a good dive compared to what we saw in the the other side. Opponent, he was far away to dive. He fell short of taking to the crease.
Diving into the hole that is diving into.
Good comparison, Siva. Nevertheless, Malaysia needs 38 runs in 28 deliveries to make a whitewash. Hong Kong still searching for that first victory. The final and the 5th 20 international bilateral series. Hong Kong versus Malaysia. They're trying to get 5 whitewash and improve their rankings
Very well bowled. That is the one length which they are searching for. Yorkers. Get those Yorkers right. Not easy to get underneath those Yorkers.
Looking at how he bowled for a right hand and a left hander, he looks like he's more comfortable to bowl to a right hander rather than the left hander, because he has been taken to some runs by Anwar Arudin, but a couple of wickets he has taken the right handers. Oh, straight to the other side, Aziz. Oh my god, I think he hit on his hand.
Last thing does not want is hit by a batsman straight to the non-striker.
I think his reaction was wrong, where he jumped rather than ducking out. It came straight to his head.
You have a fraction of seconds to go around.
Yep.
And for that instinct, what it says is,
yes,
that's what the body does.
Because I don't think you have a second even. It's a milliseconds. Reaction time.
Well, right in the middle of the bat from Ariff, and right in the middle of the hand of Aziz.
Hope it doesn't damage Syed Aziz and continue what he has done so far. If Malaysia to go over the boundary, rather win that fifth final game as well, to have a whitewash against Hong Kong.
Khizar ran as quick as the ball reached to.
Yes, he knew immediately as it hit.
For the first few seconds, Tarek was not really know what he have done, and he just realized after a few seconds that the ball has hit him.
Knowing this physio, he is very much into the game as a cricket as well. He's being always in the action, and keeping the players in good shape to play any day, in any given time. Good work done so far. Continuing that is good work as a physio.
He has got some small kit bag. Not sure what it is there, but I want to know about it. But he's just carrying it with him
each and every time.
Yeah.
Whenever you see him, he is with that bag.
And on the field and off the field.
Yes, he is ready to support every time. That's the great asset for Malaysia. Next good delivery.
Oh, what a good delivery there from Aziz Khan.
Have been if we have that technology to see what speed he bowled that delivery, would have been interesting, because I felt it like, for my naked eye, it was a slower delivery.
Deceiving with the pace, and he's maneuvering that pace quite well, especially when he comes back to bowl in second spell.
Yeah, that's what most of the Hong Kong bowlers was missing.
Yeah. Straight into the fielder. Stop there. That was hit firmly. Look at the furiousness on the face of Aziz. At the end of over number